whatever number this game is in my folder of Genesis games. So I was kind of dinking around with this a little bit before we started.
Random.org hates you, basically.
I mean, sometimes, I don't know. I haven't played much of this game. I only played a couple minutes of it just to make sure it worked. We tried to do this once before, and it didn't work because I thought that I couldn't start the game, but apparently you have to watch this credits scroll a little bit before you can hit a button to get to the point where there. See, now it says press start button. And I'm hitting the button.
You need to know that Blue Sky Software developed this fucking game. You have to know that.
Level 1, the reef. Am I playing, or what's going on here? So yeah, this is developed by... This is just the...
Just the attract mode?
When I try to stream this game, apparently it just won't let me input anything. Oh, now we're going back to the thing. This is super weird. I don't know how controllers work, I guess. I'm not qualified to play video games and pass judgment on them because I can't make an emulator fucking work.
Apparently.
Okay, yeah, I did it. Okay, I fixed it. I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is. But I'm not going to move in case it's like a Bluetooth thing and my controller was too far away, which it couldn't have been because I was just playing Altered Beast like a second ago. Anyway... so yeah, this is developed by Blue Sky Software, which...
What roles can you take on? You can be Ariel or who else?
I can be Ariel's father, Triton.
Oh, okay.
There is very little context for what you're doing in this game other than, hey, have you seen The Little Mermaid? Which I guess if you were a child playing this game in 1992, you probably did.
Yeah, you probably. If you're a child now, I feel like you probably have. But...
Yeah, The Little Mermaid is a unqualified classic. It is in the upper echelon of Disney movies, in my opinion. Every bit as worthy of that of that title as your Aladdin's, your Disney King, or your Lion Kings, your Cinderella's, Sleeping Beauties, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Your Legends of Sleepy Hollow.
I don't know if I'm ready to put... So here's a map. You can look at this map. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. I can swim.
You are throwing music notes at things.
Yeah, I can throw these stars, too.
Like ninja stars?
No, they're like happy stars. I don't know. So yeah,
Are they starfish? She just picks up starfish and whips them at things?
Yeah, sure, that's what we'll say. I have Flounder is kind of hanging out. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, Flounder's chilling.
He's chilling, yeah.
Why are there like infinite Flotsam and Jetsams chasing you around?
Well, there's never more than two on screen at the same time. So.
Okay, well, all right then. I've never played this game because by the time that it came out, I was like too cool for school to play a game based on The Little Mermaid. So this one passed me by. Also, I've heard nothing but bad things about pretty much any Genesis Disney games that were not developed.
I found a shop. I can buy Sebastian the Crab.
You can buy Sebastian.
I don't know. It's on the screen.
Is he gonna sing you some funky calypso beats if you buy him?
I have a whole bunch of Sebastians. I have a whole bunch of everything. I want to buy a bunch of these keys. I have a bunch of money too. Is that because I started in easy mode, maybe?
It's because you have a cavern full of shit that you've taken from shipwrecks. And there's a lot of money in there.
I'm gonna buy all this stuff. I don't know what any of it does, but okay. Maybe it's because I started.
Isn't it neat?
But easy is the default setting, so that's what I usually try and go with for these. So yeah, I don't know.
This is a game that's pretty unabashedly a kid's game, it seems like, which is...
Yeah, it seems pretty...
Particularly at a time when all games were sort of thought of as children's toys, it seems weird to me that games that were explicitly kids' games existed, because, like, I, picked up Contra for the first time when I was, like, 5, So, like, the idea of, like... Oh, we better make this Disney game, like, easily playable for the kiddies. It's like, kids were already playing fucking, 1992, like what? I mean, kids were already, like, mastering Street Fighter 2.
I don't know how to switch. So there's in my bottom display there, see, there's a picture of Flounder. I assume that's how I, like, make Sebastian appear, or that other digger fish. I was thinking maybe the diggy fish could
dig up the sand,
but... I don't know how to switch. I'm hitting. There's not that many buttons on a 3-button Genesis controller, and I'm trying all of them, and they ain't doing anything. So maybe I have to use up all the flounders first.
Strictly speaking, there's 4 if you include the start button.
Yeah. So A shoots the stars, which I wasted all of my stars apparently. B is the shoot the music note. And C is to use your little buddy. I don't know what Flounder does. Like, he doesn't appear to do anything. So I don't know if Sebastian or the other guy. So these are those little dudes that Ursula turns the mermaids into, and if I hit them with a music note, they turn back into mermaids. So I assume that that's the thing that I'm trying to do.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, there doesn't seem to be much else going on, honestly.
It seems like Ursula did a whole bunch of heinous shit before Triton decided he was going to try to, like, zap her with a lightning bolt or whatever, and before Prince Eric runs his ship into her gut like she's Jaws.
Yeah.
So it seems weird that King Triton just sort of let her sort of go on as long as he did.
Well, they didn't have a very good criminal justice system set up.
I mean, she's inking extrajudicial contracts that really are not. That contract is not enforceable because she interfered with the, with the process.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
All right, I found a key.
Have you found any locked doors?
No, I found a shark. I died, I think, but then my health bar refilled. So man,
let's talk about Blue Sky Software for a minute.
All right, let's talk about what's up with Blue Sky Software.
Blue Sky Software was very hit or miss. Like, it seems like some of the stuff they did, it's like they were on point with some stuff, and
fucking sound
some
effects in this game, dude, are fucking killing me.
I can't hear them because I don't have the sound turned on because
It's like you hit the music, you hit the button to shoot the music notes, and it's like this discordant, like weird honking noise, like it's awful.
Wow, Blue Sky Software developed the PC version of Roger Rabbit in Hair-Raising Havoc.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever. Is there a version of that for other things, or is that
Amiga and DOS?
Okay, so. Not really.
Yeah, no. Blue Sky Software did the Atari Lynx port of Ninja Gaiden.
Okay. I've never played that. Have you ever? You don't have.
It's not very good. I don't have a Lynx, but I don't have a Lynx, but I've played it.
Okay.
They did Ninja Golf for the Atari 7800, which is one of the few reasons to actually own an Atari 7800. It is a game about ninjas golfing, literally. And then when you go to, like, you have to hit the golf ball, and then when you go to the ball to hit it again on your way, you have to fight ninjas. On the fairway on your way to make your next shot. So, but they did some they're just weirdly hit or miss. Like, they did the 2 Jurassic Park Genesis games, which I think most people agree are, like, pretty good. They did Sports Talk Football.
Right, which we'll get to that probably at some point.
Yeah, for the Genesis. So, like,
okay, Flounder pushes rocks out of the way. He pushed
nice.
these 2 boulders out of the way.
They did Shadowrun for the Genesis, which is like this really excellent, if not slightly obtuse, very early open world RPG thing.
Those rocks don't do any damage when they hit you. Maybe it's easy mode. I don't know. I should put it on. I'll switch to Triton halfway through and then put it on normal and we'll see.
Like, they did the first 2 Vector Man games, or the only 2 Vector Man games, I guess I should say, Vector Man 1 and 2. And apparently they were making games until, like, they took a hiatus. Okay, so they did Goosebumps Attack of the Mutant, which looks like it was a
PC
Goosebumps point-and-click adventure game? Is that what it is? Okay. That was one of my favorite Goosebumps books, by which I mean it was one of the only, like, 3 or 4 Goosebumps books I read, because...
Okay, that's where the guy... Okay, this has a map, at least.
Which is nice, I noticed that.
Yeah.
But then they did that in 99, then they didn't do anything for 2 years, and they did a game called Evil Zone.
Okay, that's a PlayStation game, correct?
Yeah,
Is that like a fighting game or a platform?
I think it was a fighting game. It was... They localized it, though. Ukes, believe it or not, developers of the WWE franchise for the last almost 20 years
I know
now.
I've heard of Evil Zone, but I don't know that I ever actually played it.
It seems like it says actually. Moby Games says it's an action game, so I guess not a fighting game. But I thought it was a fighting game too, so it shows what I know. They did a port of Clax in 2002. Like I don't what was
Okay.
what was Clax getting ported to in 2002?
I don't know. PlayStation 2. That's pretty much it. Or GameCube, right?
Dude, what? How is that possible?
Whoa, that one had a bunch of mermaids in it.
This Moby
All
Games
right.
says the Atari 7800 version of Clax was published in 2002.
Okay.
That doesn't.
I guess all you do is you find all the mermaids and then the level just ends. Now I'm in some kind of volcanic hell zone.
This looks like it was completed by like a homebrew team or something, though. Like
What's that? This game or Clax?
no Clax.
Okay.
Like it seems like maybe Blue Sky started a port and it was never officially released, so these people like maybe tidied it up and then actually published it somehow. I don't know. That's weird.
Fight. Remember the giant lava head that shot fireballs at you in The Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I remember that part of the Little Mermaid.
I don't, but I
think
was doing a lot of drugs at the time, so.
Yeah, I think it's still a deleted scene. You have to get the Blu-ray before it goes back in the vault or whatever to
help me out, Flounder. Show me what to do. I don't really know what to do with this guy. It doesn't.
The mute key says, "Wow, it's like I'm watching a Chinese pirated version of Echo the Dolphin."
I would much rather be playing Echo the Dolphin, and I don't really like Echo the Dolphin that much.
And then he says, "Nothing says 2002 like this is the 90s, and there is time for Clax." So after that, that's like two games that they didn't even really do. Like they localized Evil Zone, and Clax was published by a fan or something. And they did 3 games in 2008: Power Grid, Flam, and Hole in One. What are these? These are browser-based games. So I don't even know what the hell happened to Blue Sky Software after. Is there like a profile for them? Blue Sky was an American, blah, blah, blah. Had a successful run for 12 years before closing down in March 2001 when parent company Interplay was in financial trouble. The Blue Sky trademark was still owned by Titus Interactive until bankruptcy closed their doors in 2004. So how these 3 browser games came out after that, I have no idea, but,
Okay.
Sure.
So what do you think? Which Shadowrun game's better, Super Nintendo or Genesis?
I like the Genesis version.
Okay, I like the Super Nintendo one, but
I like them both.
They're both good, right?
They're very different.
Yeah.
They're very different.
Same with the Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park on the Super Nintendo kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a giant dinosaur sprite that's kind of dope.
I don't know, man. Ocean Software was not known for their high-quality Super NES output.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's. Man, I don't know what to do. Can you maybe help me out and maybe check an FAQ or something?
Look at FAQ, sure.
I don't know how to beat this boss. This is clearly a boss. I'm obviously supposed to be doing something. Either that or maybe I am damaging it and I just can't tell because there's no feedback. This seems like the sort of game that would do that, right?
The type of
I did. Yep, I
shitty
just beat
game
it. Yep, it was just the thing where you hit it and it doesn't give you any feedback.
And it doesn't give you any feedback.
This game is fucking garbage. Let me tell you.
There are only 4 levels in this game, by the way.
Oh, really? So I'm like halfway. Oh, check this out. It's a pirate ship.
You're a quarter of the way through.
All right, well, let's see if we can finish it here. So yeah, so the only I know that there's probably more than we were talking in the episode of this that doesn't officially exist about the fact that there is a DS Little Mermaid game. But there's also a Nintendo Entertainment System Little Mermaid game, which is actually pretty good. I wouldn't tell anybody that was a classic or anything, but like you can play that game. It's pretty fun. It's kind of it's a little really exploration based. Yeah, it's super easy. You pick up shells and they like bounce off the environment. And you can use them to kill enemies, and there's like little Ninja Gaiden style super basic cutscenes that game actually doesn't follow the plot of the movie that closely. like the way that it's set up is like Ariel and Eric are kind of already hooked up, and then she has to turn herself back into a mermaid and go back to save everyone.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, which is super weird. Because she can't actually speak to him in the movie before she defeats Ursula. But
Ursula comes back because, like all great monsters, movie monsters.
Well, so my mom used to babysit these two little girls, and they had copies of the direct-to-video, like second and third Little Mermaid. And Ursula
I was gonna say there were more
comes back, and at least one of those.
There were more movies for sure. So
let's see here. All right, so
let's see. I'm at movies.disney.com/The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
And,
Let's hear some hot stats about direct-to-video Little Mermaid movies. Anything? I don't have a lot to say about this movie. Or about this game. Like, so like in the Nintendo version of Little Mermaid. You're kind of like stuck in one position and you just kind of float around. And this, I do appreciate that you have like 8-way directional movement with the character, but I don't think that.
So the combo pack, I was hoping the combo packs would have like the later crappy sequels, but they don't. It's just like Blu-ray and digital, or Blu-ray and DVD and digital.
I should be able to get down there some way. Go away, skeletons. Nobody likes you. Now, these skeletons, I guess they got bandanas on. Although it kind of looks like they're wearing backwards baseball caps.
So they're ghost pirates?
They're
the bench players.
Yeah.
No, they're the bench players from Mutant League Football from
yeah, that's
2 weeks ago.
They started out their careers as pirates on a underwater ghost ship, but far in the future they were recruited for professional.
To play on the 60 Winers.
Yeah.
The Little Mermaid Disney franchise. Here we go. Okay, so we've got The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
And then we've got let's see here. The Little Mermaid 2: Return to the Sea from 2000, 11 years after the original film. And then The Little Mermaid Ariel's Beginning from 2008. Mm-hmm. And apparently there was an animated series that ran from 1992 to 1994. I don't remember that at all.
I do remember that. That was on there was like a block on, I forget if it was NBC or what, but it was like a Saturday morning cartoon. Because I definitely watched a little bit of that back in the day. It was on like with the weekly Winnie the Pooh cartoon and some of the other.
Oh sure, that makes sense.
Where did I miss that polyp? Okay, I gotta go up 2 and then over to the left. Where's Flounder? Do I have any more Flounders? Oh, no, I don't need Flounder to get the thing. I would need him for this, but I don't have any more Flounders. And I don't know how to switch characters. Yeah, so the NES Little Mermaid's okay. I'm trying to think.
The NES Little Mermaid is weird because it's probably the worst of the Capcom Disney NES games.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about Disney video games in general then, because this is a bad one, but there's a lot of really good ones, which is bizarre given that during that era there is basically an infinite number of really shitty platformers based on movie and cartoon
licenses,
properties. Yeah.
You're playing one right now.
Yeah, this one's really bad.
There was also there were 2 Beauty and the Beast games for the Genesis as well that were also like hot garbage bullshit.
Okay.
But yeah, if we talk about Disney games, I think when you think of Disney games, there's like 2 sort of publishers that come to mind for good classic Disney games, and they're Capcom and Sega.
Yeah.
Right? Like Fantasia was kind of a garbage fire, but after that, Sega published Quackshot, which was great, Castle of Illusion, and then
Castle of Illusion is that's a fucking classic.
Yeah, and then World of Illusion, and I think there's one more. There's 3 of those total, I think. And they published. I think they published the Virgin developed Aladdin game. I think, didn't they? I don't remember. Either way,
the Super Nintendo one?
No, the Sega one, the Genesis one.
Oh yeah, the Super Nintendo one was Capcom.
It was Capcom, yeah.
Yeah.
Both good. I like the Genesis version better, but those are both good.
I have played a little tiny bit of the Genesis version, but that's
well, that'll have to be an upcoming episode of the
we'll check
show.
that out. But I like the Super Nintendo one a lot. I don't think it's a great game by any stretch, but it is a very good Super Nintendo platformer with really fantastic animation in that game.
Yeah, it's like a very like sort of straightforward hop and bop platformer.
Yeah, I mean, you can do some cool like There's like a cool springboard mechanic. When you land on guys' heads, you can like jump off, and
you can get that sheet. The sheet makes it almost like way too easy though. Yeah. Once you have the sheet, and you can glide with it and stuff. But yeah, those games are good. NES though, NES Capcom Disney games, I think is like that's what people really think of.
DuckTales is pretty good. DuckTales is a pretty fucking good game.
DuckTales is a good game. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers is a good game. Adventures in the Magic Kingdom.
You'll never defeat me. The 7 seas bow to my power. We're gonna exit.
All 7.
And we'll try out Triton. See what's up with him.
Sounds good. Oh, there's some cheats for this game.
Is
by
there?
the way. Yeah.
Anything good?
See what they are.
Is there one that makes
the credits?
Is there one that turns this into the NES version of the Little Mermaid?
No, there's not. There's literally just one that you can see the credits for the game, and this is actually not even really. This is dumb. This is not a cheat.
To see the credits of the game, that literally just happens if you just sit at the fucking title screen.
Right. But the cheat on GameFAQs says you have to beat the game first, then leave it at the title screen and let it go, which is obviously bullshit. So
right. Triton is exactly the same as Ariel, except for he throws fireballs instead of music. Oh man, check out this dope laser though. All right.
Nice.
Instead of stars and hearts. All right. Well, you know.
Is he the Lucky Charms leprechaun? Like he fires stars and hearts,
and yellow
clovers,
fire,
red balloons,
fire and laser balls. That's not really lucky. What Lucky Charms were you eating? That sounds more like the Nintendo cereal, which was
gross.
It was awful.
It was super gross.
Yeah. I regret this decision. I should have just continued because now I have to do this first level all over again. This is a bad game. I don't like this game.
It really is like DuckTales, but shitty.
We're almost done. There's other good like
the mute key says this game is very much closer to the Fantasia for Genesis side of things than the Castle of Illusion for Genesis side of things.
It's on medium, and they still gave me a fat wad of cash. So
he also says, "Oh God, limited continues." Like it's not bad enough that.
Yeah, if there's only 4 levels and I half-assedly, I mean that was on easy, but it would seem like it would be totally doable to just sort of like walk through this game. It seems very easy in the style of the NES one. Although it is not nearly it does not play as well as the NES Little Mermaid.
Well, Blue Sky Software is no Capcom,
right.
Capcom, whatever team.
Capcom knew how to make a platformer in the
Darkwing Duck, by the way, which is like sort of like a Mega Man game in disguise, is a pretty hot property.
I had Darkwing Duck. That was a good game.
And then there was like, I don't know, there's like DuckTales 2 and
Maui Mallard.
Maui Mallard and Cold Shadow, I think, was that was a Virgin Games joint, I think.
I think so. That was an okay Disney platformer. I mean, not great, but
yeah, it's weird because Donald Duck plays Maui Mallard, who in turn is the secret identity of Cold Shadow. It's all very weird.
A lot of layers to that.
There's too many layers in that one.
I should not have continued. I fucked up. All right. Well, there's only a couple minutes left anyway. All right, we'll do real quick early 90s Disney movie rankings. We'll throw that out there. What do you got?
Are we including Little Mermaid even though it was 89?
Yeah, we'll start with the Little Mermaid because like I said, I can't remember if I said that on this one or the technical difficulty riddled first attempt at this, but they're like Disney really had a renaissance in the 90s that sort of started with The Little Mermaid and stretched up until The Lion King. Basically, there was like a hot shit run. Was the Beauty and the Beast before or after The Little Mermaid? Because that
after Little Mermaid, but I think before Lion. I think it was
Aladdin.
I mean, I guess I can look.
Yeah, that's all right.
But it was like.
But these movies, there was like a 4 or 5 run where Disney just couldn't do anything wrong. Like those movies are all great, and then when you get to the late 90s and the early 2000s, there's some kind of trashy stuff like Tarzan and Hercules, which is Hercules is one of the worst Disney movies, I think.
So this Wikipedia article about the Disney Renaissance includes Little Mermaid, Rescuers Down Under, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, I mean that's a different thing. I wouldn't consider that in like a Disney animated movie like these movies are. That's
Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay, I mean
Notre Dame, Hercules, Mulan.
Okay.
And I think that's what the Wikipedia article.
Okay, so that doesn't count up through because like.
Which as you said earlier, and I don't remember if it was technical difficulties or not. Hercules sucked.
Hercules sucks. I don't think like Mulan's okay. It's not that great. Lilo and Stitch isn't on there. Must be that was too late because that's a real good one.
That was definitely after that because I saw that with Megan and we weren't dating until like 2003, 2004.
Lilo and Stitch is really good, and so is The Emperor's New Groove. But some of those in the in between not so great. Anyway, what's your ranking on those?
I would say like I think Aladdin is my favorite of those, and then like Aladdin, Lion King, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and then like everything else. I don't know if like Nightmare Before Christmas even really counts in there. Like they're counting that, but like that's not the same. I don't think. Also,
I mean, if you're gonna count that, then where does like Roger Rabbit fit on there, right?
Roger Rabbit is at the fucking top if Roger Rabbit counts.
Because that was
Roger Rabbit
was that a Disney related thing? There's Disney characters in it, right?
That was Disney. No, that was a Disney movie. And the only reason that Roger Rabbit was that they were allowed to use the Warner Brothers characters is Warner Brothers said that Daffy. The reason that like Daffy is in the same scene as Donald and Bugs is in the same scene as Mickey is because Warner said the only way we'll do it is if our characters get the exact same amount of screen time. So like the reason that Daffy and Donald are playing the pianos together in the bar is because Donald had to have the exact same amount of screen time as Daffy, so they just put them in a scene together. But it was a Disney production, and that movie that's a great movie. So fucking good.
Right, but we're not counting it in this discussion because I feel like that is in the same category.
That was 88. That was before. Well, yeah. Also, it's
in the same category as Nightmare Before.
Right,
Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Both good movies, but yes, 86. Roger Rabbit is an all-time great movie in my opinion.
86 was The Great Mouse Detective, which I think is a super underrated Disney movie.
Yeah, that's okay.
And it's got Vincent Price plays Ratigan, which is like
it's a little low rent, but it's not bad.
It's
anyway, we got like 1 minute left, so let's bang this out real quick. Let's figure this out. So you got Aladdin.
I said Aladdin, Lion King, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. I think is where I fell on that. Maybe I might have said Beauty and the Beast before Little Mermaid last time, but I don't know. Aladdin and Lion King are like top 2 solidly, and then like Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid are like next tier, and then everything else after that.
Okay, I think I would put. I think I might go Little Mermaid, then Aladdin, then Lion King. But I think all 3 of those movies are kind of in the same tier of Disney movies. Depends on what you want, right? Like,
right.
Aladdin is the one that's the most relatable and the funniest.
Right.
But Little Mermaid and The Lion King are. They kill that thing and the mermaids just like ejaculate out of that volcano at the bottom of the ocean. All right, that's enough of this game. There was a lot of great video games based on Disney properties, especially of this era. But this is not one of them. This game, Genesis, is a big fucking dumpster fire. Like I said before I started playing this, I had high hopes. Not that it would be a great game, but that it would, like, generally speaking, most of the Disney property games range from like classic to at least playable, and this is one of the worst Disney property-based games that I've ever played in my entire life. It's really fucking bad.
Let's hope that, like, if you next time you use a random number generator, it doesn't end on like Beauty and the Beast, Belle's Quest, or whatever the hell it's called.
Next time I might pick something I actually want to play.
That sounds
because that's
good.
what I did last time, and let's play some Mutant League football. So yeah, of the 4 Genesis games I played for this feature, this one is by far the worst.
Yeah. Did you get the whiteboard?
No, I didn't get the whiteboard yet. Yeah, I'll get some magnet stickers made up with all the Genesis exclusive video games, and then we'll fill that in slowly. But
also, Mute Key says that Hercules has excellent music, and I'm not sure that I agree with that.
Hercules has James Woods, and I love that guy. That guy is great, but
he's like a weird, like, don't follow him on Twitter though, because like he's like a weird, freaky Donald Trump supporter.
I don't follow anybody on Twitter.
You follow me on Twitter.
Well, that's about it.
That's about it.
Also, if you get to this point and you don't have a fish, if you don't have flounder with you, you just can't get through this wall. And I didn't find a store. There's a store hidden somewhere on this level. I don't know.
You always just have flounder though. You start with flounder, so maybe.
No, you have a limited number of flounders because I couldn't use them when I was here with the Ariel. You know what? Probably one of the reasons I like Little Mermaid so much is that the protagonist has the same name as or the not the protagonist, but the
prince. The
prince has my name.
Yeah.
And I want to date a hot red-headed mermaid lady. That'd be all right. Anyway.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
Yeah. All right.
You want to be put in the unfortunate position of having to sail a ship into the belly of a giant sea witch, though? Because that
sounds even hotter. And that's it for this episode of Genesis or Genesisn't. Disney's Ariel, the Little Mermaid. It's a bad game.
Genesis isn't worth your time.
No, Genesis, like I said, a fucking dumpster fire. And I don't know. We'll talk to you next week, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, even the music in this game is bad.
I'm really glad I wasn't actually listening to the audio from the game.
This whole thing is so fucking phoned in.
Well, that's a bummer.